Ayahuasca and yahe are Indian words for Banisteria coffee. The literal meaning of ayahuasca is vine of the soul. This powerful hallucinogen has been credited with the ability to transport human beings to realms of consciousness where telepathy and clairvoyance are commonplace. The ayahuasca ritual is about to begin.
What I was into was looking at how Amazonian Indians think about their resources and use them to be able to argue against the World Bank and other international development agencies that were enacting these big deforestation projects that would take land away from people. This was about human rights and ecological destruction and trying to make the world a better place.
Gracias a la tierra que nos permitió sentar y que este mensaje llegue hasta los confines de la tierra.
So I had a vested interest in showing that these people were rational, but the problem was, when asked, they said that their knowledge about the plants came from the hallucinations of their shamans. After circling around this question of the origin of their knowledge, finally one guy said, "Brother Jeremy, if you want to know the answer to that question, you have to drink ayahuasca." He said it's a television of the forest and you can see images and learn things. So, I decided to check it out. Pasteur tried it, and all the great scientists, they try it on themselves. That's one of the beautiful things about science.
It's not such a radical proposition to see plants as being teachers. In fact, it's only the alienation of Western science from our roots that creates that apparent split. I mean, for thousands of years around the world, medicine was based on plants.
These psychoactive chemicals, in some way, are a coevolutionary mechanism, a way that, and here's where we get away from science and into speculation, but a coevolutionary mechanism by which the community of species, or at least the community of sentient species, has evolved to talk to this primate, if you want to put it that way, a way to share the gnosis, to share the knowledge. A famous botanist once said, plants have substituted biosynthesis for behavior. Animals interact with their environment and deal with their environment primarily through behavior. The flight or fight reaction, all of this stuff. We move around. If we're threatened, we get up and run away. Plants can't do that. They're stuck in one place. So they mediate their relationships with the environment through chemistry. That's why they're such great chemists.
And if you are an animist, a person who sees the spirit of plants at work with agency, meaning the ability to choose to interact with another species,
suddenly the whole relationship becomes much more complicated, because now they can be used as an agent essentially to form a symbiosis with this hypertrophy-brained primate. And so suddenly the whole evolutionary relationship, the coevolutionary equation has changed. The plant has an incentive to form a relationship with human beings.
I think it's very significant that we talk about the shaman's experiences as an out-of-body experience. That the experiential self, what we may call the soul or the spirit or just our cognitive point of reference, becomes detached from the body. And so now we have the capability to look at the world in a way that is more than just the body-based limitations that we originally evolved to use to understand the physical world.
There is a sense in which, in your mind, you rise above yourself or outside of yourself, and you see films about yourself. Once you drink, you see, and once you see, then you can't unsee. Just like they say, you can take this stuff and it shows you these spectacular images that teach you things.
There's a wisdom in the psyche that becomes more and more apparent of just what a particular person most needs to experience in order to mature psychologically and spiritually.
It is often like, that is just what I needed to know, perhaps not what I wanted to know, but just what I needed to know at that moment.
Nuestra identidad como nativos es que somos hijos de plantas sagradas que venimos trabajando en favor de la humanidad, de que todos somos uno.